You have decided that you want to make the move abroad. It's been put on your heart, the desire is there, and you know that living somewhere outside of the US is truly what you're called to do. And yet, there's something that is keeping you stuck, something that is holding you back from taking the move. And more than likely, you're telling yourself it's money. It's not having a remote job. It's not having enough savings. It's not having it all figured out right now and having all the money that you need to make the move in this moment right now. And I'm here to challenge that thought and present a different idea that it may not be so much money as it is your mindset. So let's talk about it. If you have ever worked a job or you have any career experience whatsoever, that already serves as evidence, as proof that not only do you have skills, but you have skills that someone was willing to pay you for. Outside of a career or your work history, you also have skills that you use in your everyday to day that people would pay for. It's just all about perspective. And I can see this, but I have talked to so many women who will share with me their backgrounds and the things that they're passionate about and really gifted at. And they still don't see the connection between what they have skill wise and ways that they can use those skills, those gifts, those talents that they have to make income and make their move abroad possible. So I believe that it is one of three things happening, if not a combination of these. The first one is confusing predictability with stability. America has done a very great job in brainwashing us to believe that having a contract that says for an undefined period of time, you will get paid X amount every 2 weeks or every month, whatever the duration is. And because you are able to predict, you see it laid out exactly on this date, I get paid every time as long as you continue to do your commitment of showing up to work, that is stability. But in actuality, it's really an illusion because at any moment you could lose that job, that sense of stability. And even though it was predictable as to when you would get paid, it wasn't always guaranteed. And if nothing else, these last few years have made it very evident of how real and true that is, and how quickly and carelessly, might I add, employers are willing to sacrifice employees who have given their hard work and use their talents and skills to help build these companies that will let them go without a second thought, that are willing to put just human skill and humans themselves as a lower priority to their own objectives, whether that be greed, it usually is greed, or whatever else they see is just worth a more or has greater value for the business. So that's the first one. It's thinking that the only way to make the move abroad is with a remote job because you know that you'll have a predictable income. But in actuality, it's only predictable until it's not. It's only predictable until someone decides that it's no longer for you, or that they, want to cut the position, whatever the situation might be, but it's only predictable until it isn't predictable, and that in itself is not stability. Another thing that I think could be holding you back could be thinking that if you do transition into making your own income or being an entrepreneur, that you must be making the same amount that you were making when you were employed. And it's already scary enough to transition into making your own income, right? When you're going from what you thought was stable, but we know it was just predictable, and now you're going into something that comes with a lot more uncertainty and there isn't any predictability as well, that shift in itself can already take so much and can be anxiety inducing. But it's only adding so much more pressure when, let's say you were making six figures. Now you're like, okay, I need to be out here making six figures because I'm working for myself. I'm making my own income. And that mindset is why I created the Beyond the 9 to 5 Starter Guide to Move Abroad, which, small plug here, if you haven't grabbed yours, be sure to grab it down in the description box below. Click the link. It's a free guide. It's to help you with your transition to making the move abroad. But the inspiration behind that guide was to help show more people that the move abroad is possible, even if you're not earning as much as you were making in your W-2 job. You don't need six figures to make the move to Thailand. You don't need six figures to make the move to Spain. There are several countries where you can go, and you may not be making the same amount as what you were making when you were working to build someone else's dream, but you could be living your own dream on a fraction of a salary that you were making then. It really is all about perspective and releasing this idea that your life has to cost a certain amount. There's a lot more options to have a lifestyle that's enjoyable and where you're not struggling all the time and not earning as much as you may have been through an employer in the United States. So that's some food for thought. The last thing that I think could be holding you back is fighting imposter syndrome. It is a big switch to go from working for someone else to working for yourself. It's a big shift to see yourself as a contributor, to seeing yourself as the expert leader, as the one people can come to, the one who people look up to, right? And that's from the perspective of being an entrepreneur, even as being just earning, even as setting up your own income streams. It can be being the one who's face to face with clients, right? In your job, maybe you are working, but the other hats that other people wore, such as doing marketing, doing sales, that may be something that you didn't have to interact with. And so by shifting into earning for yourself, it comes with taking on these other roles. And sometimes we can struggle to believe that we're capable of doing these things. But I'm here to tell you that you are. Not only because you are capable, like you're just naturally capable of figuring things out. You already have the natural skills in you if you're wanting to make a move abroad. If you're wanting to take such a big leap as leaving the United States and going to live in a foreign country, and you're willing to try and figure out whatever comes your way with living somewhere completely new and foreign to you, I have no doubt that you're able to figure out how to navigate new spaces that may come with setting up your own income streams that you haven't before. So it's not a matter of can you, it's a matter of will you believe that you are capable in doing these, that you have everything inside of you to do it. And if you don't know how to do it, you are going to figure it out. Because if you can figure a move out abroad, trust me, you can figure out anything. So those are the three things that I think are more of a challenge than money itself. It really is a mindset shift to make the move abroad. And though it might be challenging, it's not impossible. So if you haven't already gotten your Beyond the 9 to 5 guide, I highly recommend grabbing that, especially if you identified with any of the challenges that I talked about today. And if you feel like there might be something else holding you back, let's talk about it. Go ahead and drop it down in the comments and let me know what you think might be the real reason you haven't made the move abroad yet. All right, that is all that I wanted to share today. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to share this video with anyone that you know who wants to make the move but hasn't made it quite yet. Give this video to them to give them that little nudge that they need to push them in the right direction to make their dreams to move abroad happen. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Ciao.